What if I told you the most powerful word in your life isn't yes, isn't talent, isn't even hard work, but no? Not the polite no, not the nervous no, the dangerous one. The kind of no that makes rooms go quiet, breaks expectations, and makes people uncomfortable. Because every strong person you admire, every woman the world now calls iconic, was once judged, doubted, and dismissed the moment she said no. This is not a story about rejection. This is a story about self-definition. Why people fear rejection and disapproval. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they are addicted to approval. From childhood, we're trained to be agreeable. Be nice. Be flexible. Don't upset anyone. And slowly, without noticing, we trade our identity for acceptance. Psychologists call this social survival wiring. The brain treats rejection like physical pain. Studies show social exclusion activates the same neural pathways as injury. So people comply. They over-explain. They shrink. They say yes to jobs that drain them. Yes to relationships that disrespect them. Yes to opportunities that look good, but feel wrong. And here's the dark truth. The world doesn't respect people who are always available. It uses them. As author Robert Greene once wrote, appearing too perfect makes people uneasy. Learn to show your flaws. Saying yes to everything isn't kindness. It's fear dressed as politeness. The strength in saying no, boundaries equals dignity. No is not arrogance. It's clarity. When you say no, you draw a line, and lines create shape. Without boundaries, there is no identity, only reaction. Think about it. The people who command respect are not the loudest. They are the most selective. They don't explain themselves endlessly. They don't chase validation. They don't negotiate their core values. Oprah Winfrey once said, "You teach people how to treat you by what you allow." Every no you avoid today becomes resentment tomorrow. Every boundary you refuse to set becomes a slow erosion of self-respect. Dark motivation isn't about becoming cruel. It's about becoming unavailable for disrespect. And the irony? The moment you stop begging to be chosen, people start paying attention. When no changed everything. Look at history and you'll see a pattern. Madonna, before she was Madonna, was repeatedly told to soften herself, to be more agreeable, to compromise her image. She didn't. She said no to being marketable on someone else's terms. That refusal didn't make her difficult. It made her unforgettable. Rihanna walked away from relationships, contracts, and creative directions that no longer aligned with her. The result? She went from pop star to billionaire businesswoman. Power followed boundaries. Steve Jobs famously said no more than he said yes. In fact, he once said, deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. Even Serena Williams, dominant, disciplined, historic, was criticized every time she refused to conform. Too aggressive, too confident, too much. She didn't apologize. She dominated. These people weren't rewarded despite saying no. They were rewarded because of it. No is not defiance. It's self-definition. Here's what no really does. It forces the world to adjust to you. When you say no, you stop orbiting other people's expectations. You stop auditioning. You stop explaining why you deserve space. And yes, some people will leave. Some will call you selfish, cold, difficult, changed. Let them. Because the moment you stop pleasing everyone is the moment you start leading yourself. Leadership begins internally. It's the ability to sit with discomfort, rejection, and silence without folding. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe." Saying no is that struggle. It's lonely at first. Then it becomes liberating. Because every no clears space for a more powerful yes. The world didn't watch her rise because she was liked. They watched because she stood still while others bent. She didn't scream. She didn't explain. She didn't chase approval. She simply said no and meant it. And in that moment, something shifted. Not in the world. In her. Remember this. People will test your boundaries before they respect them. Your job is not to convince them. Your job is to hold the line. Because no is not rejection. No is self-respect spoken out loud. And once you master that word, The world has no choice but to listen.